What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the AK Show with your boy AK the Ref. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a fabulous week so far. When you're listening to this, it will be Thursday. So I hope you have a wonderful Thursday. I hope we're almost to the weekend, but we're here. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Man, I told you we were going to have multiple episodes this week. I think I'm only going to do this one for this week. I had one last week with the Thunderbolts review. I said I was going to do two this week about the NFL draft for the Chiefs and The Last of Us, but I think I'm just going to do the episode that I'm doing right now for this week, which is going to go, we were going to talk about the Chiefs and their draft from this past April. I know the draft happened in April. It's been literally a month since the draft happened. About a month, a little over a month maybe. But I know it's late, but we're gonna get to it. But I did say I was gonna have an episode of The Last of Us, talking about The Last of Us. I'll save that. I'm gonna save that for another time because I haven't even watched the latest episode. I think it was the season finale for this season, so I haven't watched that yet. So we're gonna stick talking about the Chiefs and their draft from this past April. But we will have one next week. There will be an episode next week. Like I said, I'm gonna do one about our experience at Disney World park hopping next Tuesday. This upcoming Tuesday, we're going to Disney World. It's gonna be like 10 of us going. This is gonna be very interesting. So we're planning to park hop all 4 parks. I'm planning to record that episode probably the next day after probably being exhausted, because I think it's one of our days where we're just going to chill, relax, and just don't really have a plan that day. It's going to be one of our rest days where we could go to the resort pool, go into the pool in our Airbnb, or just go like to Disney Springs or some shit like that. Downtown Disney. I call it downtown Disney, but Disney Springs. But get that episode recorded and probably try to get it uploaded Thursday. Either Wednesday evening or Thursday. Have it drop for Thursday. But yeah, definitely just gonna do an episode of how the park hopping went and my experience. Give my thoughts on park hopping in one day. Give my thoughts on that would be next week's episode. I got to do one from Florida. I really do. I mean, I did one in Vancouver when me and my wife went back in November. I had to do one from there, so I'm definitely gonna do one from Florida. It'll probably be about Disney World and park hopping, and just give my thoughts and opinions about it, and if you should try it or not. Because we're doing the park hop challenge, and I got some big aspirations on what we're trying to do. I mean, literally, I think there's about 16 attractions we're trying to get through. And they're like mostly popular ones. So we'll see. It's going to be fun. We're not rope dropping. And here's the thing. We're not rope dropping because there's like 10 of us and we're staying at Airbnb. If there was like to rope drop, we'd have to stay on the Disney Resort hotels. But you can only like have like 5 people in a room max, 5 or 6. So that means we'd have to get 2 rooms. And then if you check the prices at Disney hotels for the resorts in Disney World, they're fucking expensive. So, I mean, maybe if we could have figured it out differently. I mean, I had an idea of like we stay in a Disney hotel for the first few days until we do that and then go to Airbnb. But then I was doing the prices. I was like, that's going to cost more because we'd have to get 2 rooms. And I'm like, I won't do that. If it was just me and my own family going, then I would get a room for one day so we could rope drop. But there's 10 of us going. We need the bigger area in the Airbnb, and it saves us money that way. So we're not gonna rope drop. So we're still getting there when the park opens. We're starting at Animal Kingdom, going to Hollywood, then going to Epcot, then going to Magic Kingdom, and then going back to Hollywood to watch Fantasmic. Because the wife wants to watch Fantasmic again. Because the last time we were there 2 years ago, we went just to Hollywood Studios. We watched Fantasmic, but it started lightning and raining, so they had to pause it. They had to pause it twice in between during the performance. So hopefully, if we go back, we can watch it all through its entirety without it being paused for a rain delay. It wasn't even a rain delay. It was because it was lightning. So hopefully weather's good on that day. I know the last time I looked, there was a chance for like isolated scattered thunderstorm here and there. I mean, in Florida, it's going to rain at some point. Sometimes it just randomly rains. That happens in Florida. So hopefully we'll see. But there's one thing I just want to mention before we get into this Chiefs in their draft from this past April. I've been going on YouTube and looking for about the lightning lane and how to use it. Like, I feel confident in the lightning lane. That's not the issue. It's park hopping and how to do it and whatnot. All these people that make videos about the parks, whether it's Universal, whether it's Disney, I'm strictly talking about Disney. All the videos I see and I look up on YouTube about park hopping is always involving rope dropping. Rope dropping. This is how you rope drop. Rope drop, rope drop, rope drop. I'm like, can somebody please make a video that doesn't involve rope dropping? Because I'm trying to find out and I'm trying to make a plan of how we're going to attack this. And all the videos are about rope drop, because I know rope drop you get in 30 minutes before the park actually opens. But you have to be staying on a Disney resort. But when there's like 10 people, you're not getting Disney resort hotel. You're staying at Airbnb or VRBO. That's what we're staying in. So I think some of these people, like what's her name, Molly, I watch her videos because she's great at explaining things and breaking it down. But some of these Disney influencers and people that talk about the park and give you updates and explain things, can some of y'all please make videos for non-rope droppers? I'm just saying, but like this is how you should do it if you're not rope dropping, because maybe you have a big group or maybe you're not staying on a Disney resort. Maybe you're staying somewhere and you're driving. What if we were staying on the beach, closer to the beach, and we'd have to drive? I need something. They need to make something. Whoever needs to make it needs to make something where it's talking about how to attack park hopping, how to attack a park if you're not rope dropping. That's just my 2 cents for what I know. But I figured it out. We figured it out. I got a good plan. We're going to attack it. We're going to be at the park. We're going to be in line at the park, in line, Animal Kingdom, 7 by 7. Because early entry is at 7. Because the park opens at 7:30 to the general public, I believe. Right? Yeah. Early entries 7:30 when it opens to the general public. Don't quote me on that. It's one of those. I'm trying to think. Hold on. I think it is. I think it's open to 7:30. They open at 8:30. They open an hour. I think they open at 8. No, they open at 8. Yeah. So reverse. No. Animal Kingdom opens at 8 to the general public. Rope droppings at 7:30, which we will not be doing. So yeah, I want to be in line like at 7:15. Already in line, ready to go. As soon as they let the general public in, boom, we're hitting our first lightning lane, and then I can change it to the other parks after I click in. It's going to be a whole thing. But I'll give you my review on park hopping and everything as a non-rope dropper. I'm going to try to be one of these Disney influencer people. I'm also vlogging the whole trip, too. Already started. I started packing yesterday. I'm already finished packing my bag. Eventually, after we get back from Florida, I'm going to put all the video clips and things together and put this vlog of the whole trip, like from packing to leaving to parts of the drive to stops that we make on the drive. Because yes, we're driving. We're taking a 15-passenger van to Florida. We're driving. And in our room, doing different stuff at the park, video clips. We're going to Disney World. We're also just going to regular part of Universal later on in the trip to the beach. We're going on this like mini cruise that we went on 2 years ago when we got married. That was great. It was great. It was like it was like a 2-hour cruise, and it takes you to see the sunset. It's fucking great. I fucking love it. So I'm gonna wear different video clips in the drive back as well, and it's gonna be a whole vlog thing. This is my first time ever doing something of this magnitude, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna throw it up on YouTube and just have it out there. You know what I'm saying? With that said, let's get into today's episode. The draft. We had the draft about a month ago. I know it's late. Like I said, I've been busy. I just got an episode recently posted last week because I've been so busy. But the draft, it happened. It's come and gone. This week it started OTAs. I mean, this is flying. This year's already flying by. Before you know it, we'll be at training camp in about 2 months. End of July. The season's already here. They've already announced the schedule. We already know the teams we're playing. The Chiefs have 7 primetime games. We play on Thanksgiving. We play on Christmas. But before we get to this, talking anything else NFL related, which will probably be for a while, because after OTAs and all that are done, they have that time off where just like no football, nobody's doing anything. I mean, they're doing their own off-season workouts, but that's the time they like go on like little mini vacations. But before we get to some more stuff, we got to talk about the draft. The draft happened. It came and it went. And today, I just want to give you my thoughts on the draft and what the Chiefs did. I think they went into this draft and got what they wanted. And I think they got a great group of guys that are going to contribute sooner than people think. So I'm going to break it down pick by pick. I'm going to give you some player insights, how I think they fit with the roster, And then at the end, I'll give you my surprise pick, who I think is going to be a surprise in this upcoming season, and my standout player in this upcoming season from this draft class. So let's get into it. So before we get into each pick, how I thought the Chiefs were going to attack the draft just overall, I think they did it. If you go watch my previous episode, I think they attacked the draft how I expected them to. They went in for need. They saw what happened in the Super Bowl, and they were like, we have to fix this, we have to add this, we have to get this, we have to get this, we have to get this. And that's what they did. So with the first pick, which I didn't want them to trade up, but if they felt there was a player they wanted to go get to trade up for, who am I to say? I'm not the one watching film. I'm not the scout. I don't have all the information on these players. My thing was trade back, pick up some extra picks. They did trade back. They traded back one spot with the Eagles because the Eagles wanted to jump up one spot with the Chiefs. We got, I think we got a fifth round pick. We got that pick. They gave us a fifth round, and that was it. And so we just traded back. I mean, we traded back. We stayed in the first round. We picked up an extra fifth rounder, which I think we used eventually later to trade up to pick a player that they wanted. But the Eagles and the Chiefs made the trade. We basically just swapped. They gave us a fifth round, and we picked at pick 32. And with pick 32, they went with Josh Simmons, who is probably going to be the future starting left tackle. Probably not this season because he is coming off an injury. And before we get into that, I know people are going to say, like, why are you drafting a player that's injured? Here's the thing. He just got injured. I think he'll be fine. I mean, they wouldn't have drafted him if they didn't think he was going to be ready for this season. Because the way Andy Reid or Veach were talking, especially Andy Reid, during the press conference when they're asking about the pick, they think he'll probably be good to go for training camp. Now, will he probably play? They maybe don't expect him to play until maybe mid-season. But had it not been for the injury, he probably would have been a top 10 pick. This man gave up 0 sacks and only 1 pressure during his time at Ohio State. I'm sorry. That's a lot of football to only give up 1 pressure with 0 sacks playing in the Big Ten, Ohio State. That's elite protection right there. And that's the type of protection we need for the Chiefs. Yes, we went out in free agent and signed a left tackle to a 2-year deal. The Chiefs have a plan. People were upset that why would you go draft a left tackle when you just signed one? We need long-term. There's short-term and there's long-term. You got to do both. You can't just pick one. You got to think short-term and long-term. Josh Simmons, long-term. The tackle we got in free agency, short-term. Hopefully, if he works out, because if that tackle works out that we got in free agency right now, you don't have to worry about playing Josh Simmons this year. Josh Simmons is next year. If we cook with what we got right now, cool. If not, if he's not doing well, then you can plug Josh Simmons in because I think he'll be ready to go. Because you'll find out halfway through the season whether that left tackle we got in free agency is going to work out or not. And if he does, cool. That gives Josh Simmons time to adapt and learn. So the Chiefs, like I said, they're thinking long-term for protection for Mahomes. And if Josh Simmons can be what he's supposed to be before the injury and he gets back to full strength, you got your tackle for the next 10 years. That's a win. I say the pick is a win right now. I'm not going to grade draft picks because they have yet to play. I don't understand grading draft picks until they've actually played. But I think you'll see them in the middle part of the season. And it could be a situation where he comes in for Jawan Taylor. If Jawan Taylor or somebody gets injured, I think he'll only play this season under 2 circumstances. Injury or somebody's not playing well. That's it. If everybody's playing well, I don't think you see Josh Simmons this year. Next year, you definitely will. Because who was it? Who did we get in free agency? We got Jalen Moore. So I knew it was Jalen. I couldn't think. But if Jalen Moore comes in and plays lights out, we don't have to worry about Josh Simmons playing this year. And I'm okay with that because that pick is for the future. That pick is for next year and beyond. Let him get healthy. Let him adjust. Let him get back to form. And then, boom, just plug him in next year. Like I said, the only reason he's going to play this year is injury or somebody's not playing well. And if Jalen Moore's not playing well, he's going to come in. If Jawan Taylor's not playing well, I can see Josh Simmons going there. So I'm good. I think the offensive line is going to be a lot better than it was last year. I mean, we have 2 options at left tackle. We have our left guard. There's going to be Mike Caliendo and Kingsley. are going to be battle out for left guard. We have the right side of our line figured out. It's just that left side, but I think we'll be good. I like the pick. I really do, and I'm excited to see what Josh Simmons can be at left tackle in the future. Moving on with our second round pick, we went defensive line, which Omar Norman Lott from Arizona State. Like I said, I think the way how I envisioned the draft going is, I thought they were gonna go offensive line. I thought they were gonna be like defense and offensive line heavy, and they did. First pick, offensive line. Second pick, round 2, pick 63, they went defensive tackle. And some of me thinking, well, you already got a lot on that defensive line. Well, we need more. Because if you watch the Super Bowl, I didn't see no pressure. Chris Jones, you got to add somebody next to Chris Jones in that middle. Because you lost some people in free agency. You still got Omenihu. You still got George Karlaftis on the outside. You got, who is the kid we drafted? From Felix, you still got him. Hopefully he can come and do something. But you still need somebody in that interior with Chris Jones. If you put somebody in there like Lott, who is a violent, athletic disruptor in the interior, that's going to help your D-line tremendously. We did great in the run game in the Super Bowl. Pass rushing was non-existent. We need somebody there that can take double teams away from Chris Jones. And if Norman Lott can do that, my God, let's fucking go. And he gives the Chiefs another young body to rotate, because in Steve Spagnuolo's defense, they like to rotate the defensive line. And so we need players. So you put him with Chris Jones, let's fucking go. And the rest of the guys we have on the D-line, let's fucking go. I think he's going to be a factor on early downs. And if he keeps developing, he'll be a 3-down player if he develops those pass rush moves. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about to see what Lott can do. D tackle from Arizona State. I like that pick. I really do. I see what the Chiefs are doing. They were drafting for need and what they needed, and this is what they needed. So moving on, pick 3, round 3, pick 66. We get Gelate. We got another edge rusher. They went back to back with the D line. They went interior. Now they're going outside. You can never have too many pass rushers in a league that is driven by quarterback in the passing game. You need pass rushers. You need a deep line. And like I said, Steve Spagnuolo likes to have a rotating defensive line. That way he keeps them fresh, so they don't have to play every down. So you're going to have Chris Jones play most of your snaps. You're going to have George Karlaftis, Charles Omenihu, but you need other guys to rotate in and out, keep them fresh. Gelate is a guy full of energy. He's got serious pass rush ability. I think he fits perfectly behind Karlaftis and Charles Omenihu, and even Felix. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets in there and he could have 4 to 6 sacks this season. That would be fucking amazing if he comes in here and has 4 to 6 sacks. And he's one of those guys that just has that motor and just hustles. And that's the type of guy that Steve Spagnuolo likes in his defensive lineman. Somebody that's got that motor to keep going. George Karlaftis has that motor too. That's why I think he fits perfectly with this defensive line. You put him with George, opposite George, or opposite Charles Omenihu, put it there in, Lott or Chris Jones is in there. It's like, let's get to cooking. Let's keep them rotating. Let's keep them bodies fresh. Let's make that offensive line work. So let's work the offensive line. But I'm excited to see what this D line is going to do, especially with Lott and Gelate. That's great. It's Lott and then it's Gelate. I like it. But the first 3 picks for the Chiefs this year's draft: line, offense, and then defense. You got to build it. I don't care who your quarterback is. I know we have Pat Mahomes, but you got to give him time to do what he does. And defensively, you got to have that defensive line to put pressure on the quarterback. If you can't get pressure on the quarterback, he'll just pick you apart. It happened in the Super Bowl. And the Chiefs are like, we're not going to have this shit happen again. And so we'll move on. Third round pick 95. They chose Noel Williams, cornerback from UNLV. He's a physical guy that likes to press. He's got solid ball skills. He'll bring some competition to the secondary. I don't know if he'll play right away into the defense. I expect he'll be on special teams, but I expect him to develop into like that rotational nickel or dime back corner by the end of this year. I think it's one of those low risk, high reward type picks. And, like I said, I've always built it like first round should be somebody that's starting right away. Second round, starter right away, should be immediately playing right away. Should be starter maybe midway through the season. Third round pick, somebody that can come in, play special teams, play right away. contribute, and then by the end of the year, they're playing a lot. And then like your fourth rounder, somebody that you can develop into that person, fifth rounder, sixth rounder, seventh rounder. Those are like your pick somebody, you can get them in here develop. Those first round 1, 2, and 3, somebody that's coming in here playing right away, making an impact. Round 3, maybe not starter, but they're coming in and making an impact. And that's what Noel Williams is. I think by the end of the year, time we get to the playoffs, I think he's in that rotation of nickel or dime back. And we needed some help on the secondary. I mean, we went out and got a DB in free agency to go along with Trent McDuffie. I feel confident with our safeties. We have a young secondary, and I feel good about it. I like a young secondary. Brian Cook, Jaden Hicks, and then they went out and got Mike Edwards because they always like to have that veteran presence in the secondary, especially in the safety. So I feel good. So I'm excited to see what he can do. Hopefully by the time we start getting close to the playoffs, Noel Williams will be in that rotation because we struggled a little bit. We struggled in the secondary, the DBs, because we didn't have that other guy next to Trent McDuffie, which we in free agency and got. So you have that, and now you add those other rotational pieces, which you need in your secondary. Because we're in a passing league. You got to have good secondary play. You do. You got to. I'm excited to see what he can do. Moving on with round 4, pick 133. We got who I'm excited about. Who's got a great last name? Jalen Royals, wide receiver from Utah. Listen, he's going to be somebody you're going to have to watch out for this year. He's got speed, sharp route running, and he's not afraid to go over the middle. What you need. And with the potential of Rashee Rice maybe getting suspension, I haven't heard anything. I haven't read anything, so I don't know if he's going to be getting a suspension. But if he is, that's going to leave reps up for grabs. And Jalen Royals could sneak his way into being wide receiver number 3 or wide receiver number 4 if he balls out in camp, which I think he could. And he's got those traits that Mahomes likes as a wide receiver. So I'm excited about Jalen Royals. I'm excited to see. I'm just excited in general about this wide receiver room. I think Rashee Rice, I think he'll be fine. I'm not, because he's coming back from the injury. I mean, you got Rice. Let's just go for sake that he's not going to be suspended, because I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I haven't read anything. So until that happens, I'm just going to assume he's playing. But we got Rashee Rice coming back. I think he'll be fine. We got Worthy, who balled out or is a rookie. And going into the second season, he's going to be good. We re-signed Hollywood Brown. He's going to come back healthy. He's going to start the season. He's going to stay. I'm looking for some wood. Injury-free. Got Juju back. I know people don't want to. I like Juju. He's always good. He's a good veteran wide receiver to have in the room. He can come in and he can have a game here and there where he's like, he just goes off. And there's going to be the times when some of the other guys are just not having it that day, and then you're going to have somebody like Juju come over and get like 5 catches for 100-some yards in a tub. So I know people don't want to hear it. Sky Moore, he's still on the team. He's been down at a Pat camp. Listen, call me crazy. Contract year is undefeated, and Sky Moore's in his last year of his contract. And then you add Jalen Royals to the mix. Like, I'm excited about this wide receiver. I really am. And that's not even to mention, your running backs catching the ball out of the backfield, or your tight ends with Travis Kelce, who, mind you, has lost 25 pounds. I think Kelce about to go off this season, because I think this is his last season, regardless of what happens. Regardless if they win a championship or not, he's coming in probably some of the best shape of his life, probably losing 25 pounds. I think listen, you lose 25 pounds. I'm just saying. I think he might have one. I think he might have 1,000-yard season. But let's keep it on track. But I think Sky Moore, people don't want to hear it. They're tired. I get it. I understand your frustration. But contract year is undefeated. I can see him going out there and producing. Bro, tell me you wouldn't take this from Sky Moore for this season. Let's say 600 yards, 5 touchdowns. You would be like, fuck, hell yeah. I'll take that from Scott. Hell yeah. Because not everybody's going to have 1,000 yards. You're going to have some receivers that are going to have like 500, 600, 700, 400, and a few touchdowns. If he came in here and just replaces what Justin Watson did, don't act like you wouldn't take that. because Justin Watson be out here catching some important balls, and he have multiple games where he'd have a touchdown every game, multiple games in a row. If Sky Moore came out here, it had like 550 to 600 yards and 4 to 5 touchdowns this season, y'all be like, shit, I'd take that every season. I'll take this season. But back to Jalen Royals. Excited about that. That's a name to watch. It's a name that fits right in this city. Kansas City Royals. Listen, he is going to have a hot selling jersey if he goes out in camp and balls out and comes into preseason and balls out and comes into the regular season and balls out and comes into the playoffs and balls out. He's going to be a fan favorite just based off his last name. Not even based off his play. I mean, if he goes out and balls out and his last name is Royals, come on. It's over. I'm excited about that pick. I really am. I'm excited about it. But with their next pick, we were round 7. We got Jeffrey Bassa. I don't want to butcher his name. Linebacker. We got to add to the linebacker core. I mean, I'm so happy they re-signed Nick Bolton. I'm so happy about that. I mean, we got Bolton. We got Drew Tranquill. I really like, and we got Leo Chenal. I really like our linebacker core. I really do. But he's going to come back here. He's a versatile. Jeffrey Bassa is a versatile linebacker out of Oregon. He's got a background in coverage, so he'll contribute on special teams right away. But it's just nice to have a linebacker that can come in and be a cover linebacker, and especially in a league where it's a passing league and pass is first. It's kind of shifting back to like being more balanced, like with the running game. But you bring in somebody that can come in on third downs and have a role where they come out and he's a passing down linebacker, and let him develop his game to where he can be an every down linebacker, especially because Drew Tranquill is on the older side because he's in his 30s, if I'm not mistaken. Nick Bolton, Leo Chenal, still future. They're still young. So if Jeffrey Bassa comes in here and can contribute and develop, he could kind of be that replacement down the line with Drew Tranquill, because I think this will be Drew Tranquill's last team he's with. I don't know. I think if he wins a couple more championships, he'll retire. But we'll see with Jeffrey. It's a 7th-round pick. Chiefs been pretty good with those like 6th and 7th rounders. I mean, Trey Smith was in the 6th round, Isaiah Pacheco in the 7th round. So I'm excited to see what he can do. And then for our last pick, we went running back. I was expecting him to go running back earlier, but they went in the 7th round. Like I said before in the previous episode, this is a very deep class at running back. Pick your poison. They went in their last pick in the 7th round, Brashard Smith. He's got speed, he's explosive, and he's got hands. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He could be used as a gadget player. I don't like the term gadget player. He could be used in a kick return game, or they can even put him at slot receiver. It's going to be interesting with his path to the 53-man roster. But he's got the skill sets to do it. See, this is where it really is intriguing with the running back. To me, this is the position group to watch because they have Pacheco. They went out and signed free agency to replace Jared McKinnon, that veteran. They re-signed Kareem Hunt to a 1-year deal, and they still have why can't I think of his name? What is his name? Carson Steele. I got it. Carson Steele. They still have right now. They have 4 running backs. Last year they had 4. They're not keeping 5. Somebody's going on the chopping block. I think he's battling it out with Carson Steele. I know Carson Steele was on the team last year and he was on the team, but they're not keeping 5 running backs. No, because they like to keep a fullback too. I separate those two. But there's no way. That'd be 6 total running backs if they did keep all of what they have, plus a fullback, plus Brashard Smith. I think it's a competition between him and Carson Steele. I mean, Carson Steele had his opportunities last year. It didn't happen. I mean, if this guy comes in, if Brashard Smith comes in and has a great camp, I think he makes a 53-man roster. Because you can use him. You can use him as a kick returner. You can use him in a slot. He's got explosiveness, especially in this type of offense. If you can catch the ball and run out of the backfield and you can line up here and there, oh yeah, you will have a role in this offense. So I'm intrigued to see the running back room and how it plays out over the course of the training camp and preseason. That's going to be interesting. That is the position group to watch. If anything, the position group to watch during camp and preseason is the running back to see like who's competing. That is a very intriguing one. If you just had to give me a choice today Carson Steele or Brashard Smith, I'm picking Brashard Smith. I think he's got the more tool set. I think he's got more what the Chiefs would want in a running back, a 7th-round running back that we can put him at kick returner. We can put him in the slot. He's got explosiveness. He's got speed. He can do a lot of different things. He can be that running back that can break one, which you're gonna need. And if Pacheco gets back to form, that's even better. So I'm intrigued. But with this draft, the Chiefs, they came in here, they had clear needs. We all know that. Offensive tackle, wide receiver, defensive line depth. They went in there and they hit, especially on the depth. Well, not offensive line depth, but they went and got their guy who they think is going to be their future left tackle the next 10 years. They went out and added defensive line depth. They got a wide receiver who I'm excited about. And they got guys like Norman Lott, Bassa to add depth that championship teams need over a 17-game grind. Like, you just don't win with your superstar players. You have those players, but then you got to put other good players around them. Players that fit the system. And that's what the Chiefs do. They are really good at doing that. And it shows when you go to 7 straight AFC championship games. That's not luck. If you're calling that luck, get the fuck out of here. That's not luck. That starts at the top, the front office, with Brett Veach, Andy Reid putting the roster together and getting guys to come in here that fit their scheme, offensive, defensively, and special teams, to buy into what they're doing. That's how they've been able to go 3 straight Super Bowls. They've been to 5 Super Bowls in the last 6 years? Am I missing something? Is that what it is? In the last 6 years, they went to 5 of the fucking Super Bowls. 7 straight AFC championship games. That's not luck. That's because the front office, Brett Veach and them boys, and Andy Reid, they know what the fuck they're doing. Trust the process. These players they picked for a certain reason, because they believe that they fit what they're doing. And that's why they keep going back to AFC championship games and Super Bowls 3 years in a row. Granted, they didn't win. They got their ass kicked in the Super Bowl. We all fucking know that. We watched the game. But everything they drafted was need that they saw. What happened in the Super Bowl? That shit ain't happening again. They went out and they got players to fill those holes, to fill those needs, to add depth. And let's go. Let's fucking crank it up. Training camp, they're already at OTAs. Training camp starts in July, into the July. And that's when officially the season is fucking kicking into high fucking gear, and I'm fucking ready for it. And anybody want to talk shit, come with it. I'm ready. And we're keeping all receipts. Thank you. They went out and got their guys that have upside and it fits their scheme. That's all you can ask for when you're drafting from the bottom of the first round every year. You are always drafting. And for some reason, they're able to do it. They're able to get the guys that they want. They're able to make moves. They go out in free agency, they pick here, they get their people here to fit this, and then they go out in the draft and they get people and like, damn, they really did good. They did good work. But I'm excited. That's the big picture. There's a big picture that some people don't really see. You just gotta open your eyes and you see the big picture. My surprise player of this year's draft, like I said, I think it's gonna be Jalen Royals. I think he'll come in here and he's going to go out here and fucking surprise a lot of people. And I think he'll have a decent sized role in this year's offense. I'm excited about Jalen Royals. That's my supplier's player. My standout player, who I think is gonna make an impact, Ashton Gelate. I think he's good for this Steve Spagnuolo system. I think he's going to be rotating in on passing downs, and we'll have one-on-one opportunities with teams focused on Chris Jones and Karlaftis. I think he could be a sleeper candidate for defensive rookie of the year if he puts up numbers. If he has what I think he's going to do numbers wise, like if he has like 4 to 6 sacks his rookie year, I think definitely he'll be mentioned in defensive rookie of the year. If he comes in here and does what I think he's going to do. But I'm excited about it. That'll be my standout player, Ashton Gelate. Surprise player, Jalen Royals. Let's fucking go. But that's all I got for today. The Chiefs Kingdom, we here. We always going to be here. I'm always going to represent. I ain't never not going to represent. I'm going to fuck what happened in the Super Bowl. Congratulations. That shit's over. We've moved on. We're already, I mean, everybody is at OTAs right now. But the Chiefs are like, fuck that shit. They went out in this draft. They got the players they wanted. Hopefully, there's some future playmakers in the mix, some future Pro Bowlers. You know, fucking Josh Simmons. He's got that top 10 type talent. It was just an injury. But Brett Veach and I think Brett Veach and Andy Reid, they did it again. Now we have to wait and see how it plays out on the field, but I feel good. I feel good. But in the comments, let me know who your favorite pick was. Chiefs Kingdom, who your favorite pick was, and who you think will be a surprise star of this rookie class. But that's all I got for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Share the episode, like the episode. Like I said, comment on who you think is going to be the star of this rookie class and who your favorite pick is and what you think on Josh Simmons, the first round pick. What do you think about that? I want to know. Hit in the comments. Chiefs Kingdom. We here. We represent. I will be representing Chiefs Kingdom in Florida. Best believe. Anywhere I go, I don't care where it is. I'm representing Chiefs Kingdom. We here. But like I said, thank you for tuning in. We here. I will see you sometime next week. Hopefully, if I'm not too tired from fucking dying at Disney, going from 4 parks in one day, which I'm excited about. We leave Friday. I'm fucking excited. I'm ready for this trip. I want to go. I want to fucking leave now. If I could leave now, I would. I would fucking leave now. But we're leaving Friday, 4 a.m. But that's all I got for today. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, I'm out. Peace. Let's get it.